So this is Dave Allen and we're looking at this application here, Affinity Designer. In the Facebook group, someone wants to know how to put a space in between this blue area here and the text. And there's two ways of doing it. And probably the best way to do it is going to be to put an outline around this. But another way could be to do it manually. And because this text is quite simple sort of text with lots of straight lines, it would actually be very easy to do it this way. So I'll just put some lines in there just to have some guidelines to work with. So I'm just guessing these spaces in between here, not getting exactly right, but more or less, you know. So now that I've got the guidelines set up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the blue object and then I'm going to go to the node editing tool. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a node here first of all. Then I'm going to take this node over here and drag it and put it into here. Then I'm going to add another node here and bring this here. Get another node here. As you see, it's a pretty simple job to do this. I'll get this node and put it in over here. And I want to stick this node over about here. You could just go in there and spend another 5 minutes just getting the measurements exactly right between those. It's up to you whether how close you want to make it. Next way of doing it would be to go to this here. I'm going to get the select tool over there. I'm going to select the text, and then what I want to do is I want to put an outline on it. So let's go to the stroke tool over here. Let's bring this out so we can see it a bit better. So go to the stroke and I'm going to put it so that the stroke is on the outside of the text, and I want to have it so that the stroke is a bit easier to see. Just to make it easier to see, I took the colour out of the inside of the text and I've given the colour to the outline. And this is the bit that we're looking for to get it just the size that we want, so that we're going to be able to use it to cookie cut it into the blue part in the back. Let's change that mitre so that it gives us a nice sharp edges on the corners there. The next thing to do will be to expand the stroke so that we have an outer M and an inner M, and the outer part of it we're going to use to cut into the blue part. Expanding the stroke around text seems to work better if you convert it to curves first of all. And maybe all you need to do is to just do the M in this way and leave the other letters alone. So in the group there, I want to go to this one here and go to expand stroke. Okay, what I'm going to do now is separate curves. So let's separate those curves. So I've got an inner M and an outer M. What you're looking for is that outer M. It's in part of a group, so go to the layers panel to select it. So with the outer M selected and also that blue area, the animal in the design, then what we want to do is to use the Boolean tools to cut out the area of the blue using the outline to chop away what we don't want. So then you can do a bit of tidying up by putting the colour that you want into the text area and getting rid of the outlines that you don't need anymore, and you're off to the races. Okay, so basically you can see we've got a nice little sort of shape around here where it's all cut out around the text. And the only other thing that you might want to do is if you've got extra bits of shape in here that you want to get rid of, so like this sort of shape here, probably the easiest ways to get this rid of this at the moment is to get to the node editing tool and then just select those nodes there and delete it, and it's gone. Okay then, so this is Dave Allen showing you two different ways of putting an outline around some text, so using that outline to cut out of whatever shape it is you want to cut out of. So that's how it's done.